COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a snack. Hey, coronavirus, I want my life back.
Hey, I was going to say a good, and then say the day of the week, and then evening. What day is it today? Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I'm not sure. Someone tell me what day it is. It's very difficult to keep track of the days when you don't have that 5-day work week and the weekend. Say hi to everybody who is already checking in today. You sure it's Wednesday? It doesn't feel like a Wednesday. It feels more like a Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday. Now that I know. Okay, good. Thank you, everybody. Yes, it's Wednesday. Everybody's confirming that for me. This is a show about positivity. It's a show about trying to at least help you get through, if nothing else, this hour of the day. And today, kind of something a bit of a departure from what I've usually been doing up until now. I'm going to interview several guests today. I recorded a number of interviews this afternoon, and they are focused around our youth. So this show is titled From the Kids for the Kids. And it's a number of initiatives that youth are doing to support their fellow youth. And you know what? In doing so, I promise you that even us older folks are going to get some enlightenment and encouragement from some of these kids. Now, the first person I want to introduce you to is a young lady who actually I met for the first time on breakfast television, must have been about 8 years ago. She is an activist. She was an activist then, an activist now. She's an author. She just rises to any occasion. This is what Hannah is doing. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for Hannah Alper. Have you seen her? Because you're not the Hannah Alper that I remember interviewing, 8, 9 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been. You were a firecracker then. You're even more of a firecracker now. You're an activist and a blogger, and you're trying right now to use that enthusiasm to help others, especially your age.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, since then I've written a book in motivational speaking, and but I'm really, really excited to be here with you, and I'm honored to talk to you right now, especially in this crazy time.
I know. Well, you know what? No, the honor is mine. The honor is mine. What unique view do you think that you have compared to someone older, a parent, somebody like that?
I'm a really big advocate in positivity and looking for the good in the world. And in the past few weeks, that's what I've been looking for, the good news stories, just like you have. And I've seen videos of people from Israel to Italy to Europe shouting songs from the literal rooftop, songs of hope and positivity, and songs of community and solidarity, and the things that we truly need right now. And I think also something that sets me apart from an adult is that I'm a really big believer in the positive power of technology. And I really believe in social connecting over physical distancing. Just because we can't be with each other in person, we can still talk to each other and connect with each other, and we can check in with each other and be there for people. And that's truly what we need right now. We need to say, "How are you?" and truly mean it, not the stereotypical, "How are you? I'm fine." But we need to feel all the feels and be honest about how we're feeling, and sometimes put in that extra effort to make the people around us smile, because when we find that good and positivity out there, it'll make this whole unpredictable situation a little bit easier.
Okay, well, there's some teenagers listening right now. It can get pretty trying on someone. You've lost a lot of your social circle as far as physically staying in. Perhaps your parents are driving you a little crazy. I'm going to give you the airwaves here. Send out a message of encouragement.
It's really hard. I will not be the first to admit that it's really, really difficult, and I've complained a lot, and that's totally okay, because we shouldn't bottle up anything that we're feeling. And it's hard not being able to see our friends who are truly our support system. But it is important to really look at the good and lean on each other for help. Know that you're not alone. And it's cheesy, but it's true. We are truly all in this together. And that's what's important. And there is good things happening in the world. And in so many ways, this is bringing out the best in people. People are helping each other from around the world. My friend yesterday posted something because she's organizing a food drive because there's so many people that still need help among the most vulnerable. And there's just so many good things happening in the world. And if we don't focus on the good things or look for the positive things in the world, we have nothing. So remember to check in with each other, call up your grandmother and ask her how she's doing, and your grandfather, and check in with your friends, see how they're doing, and just find those things that make you feel like you, and be grateful for the things that you do have, and remember that it's okay to feel all the feels and be honest with how you're feeling. And that goes for everybody, not just teenagers.
That's very well put. And I was about to say, I mean, this is not just advice for teenagers or anybody. It's advice for everybody. How about you, Hannah? How are you feeling? Honestly, how are you coping?
It's really hard. In the first couple weeks, it was definitely really difficult because we've never been in this situation before where over March break we can't leave the house literally, and it's such a crazy world that we're living in. And I just started online school right before this call. I was doing math homework, and that's such a weird thing to be doing all our schooling online. And it's definitely a very different and unpredictable situation. And I won't lie and say that there hasn't been a few times where I've broken down a little bit because it is really hard. But I'm an optimist, and I'm also leaning on the people that are in my life that I love. And I've been FaceTiming and Zooming and texting with all these different people because I know that, again, just because I can't see my support system in person doesn't mean I can't talk with them. And I feel like I'm really valuing that uh, quote face-to-face connection, but even if it's digital. And I'm also really valuing technology right now and those good news stories, just like you're doing.
And how can people follow you?
People can follow me at @HannahAlper on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all those kinds of things. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. And I'm just remembering to help make other people smile. And that's what's truly going to get us through this right now.
It sounds like you got a message there.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for this, Hannah. I really, really appreciate it. You are always, always a ray of sunshine.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Fantastic, right? I loved your comments that I was watching off to the side, especially this one from Deborah. Says, I would vote for her. I don't know if she's running for office, but yeah, you know what? I would vote for her too. How have your kids been? Have they taught you anything? Are they helping you to survive this and cope with this isolation? I'd like to see, it's a difficult time for all of us, says Sharon, suffering from depression or loss. I lost my son not too long ago. I will tell you, my grief is overwhelming more so now. You know, Sharon, that is something that I never really gave much thought to. For folks out there who may have suffered a loss prior to the isolation, because one of the things you do to cope with loss, of course, is trying to get back to life and get back to normal life. And this is not normal life. So Sharon, all of our thoughts, all of our prayers, I know, go out to you. I'm hearing about teens sneaking and hiding out to meet their friends. Yeah, if you could explain to your kids just how bad this is. It's not just a matter of defying authority. We got to try and get it through them. But today we are talking about how kids are teaching us. And Mike, you're right. I've heard a few parents say this. My kids have never played so much together. I think it's bringing them closer, and they're counting on each other more. Amazing. Our next groups that I'm going to... my mic is loud, says Parker. Hold on. Sorry about that, folks. How's that? Is that better? I brought it down. Sorry about that. Okay. The next group of youth that I have to interview and bring on and bring us some inspiration is a Juno-nominated all-girl pop rock band. This is Girl Power.
We all are strong people, working hard every day and night, trying to make the world peaceful, and we won't give up without a fight. We're gonna help those who are in need. Yes, we believe they can succeed, overcoming obstacles every day. You'll be okay, you'll guide the way. it far, yeah.
Yeah, they range in age from 10 to 17 years old. Other than being very talented performers, they take it as their mission to provide young people around the world with a framework and model on becoming successful. Now, I spoke to two of them about how this inspirational group of young women is stepping up to help relieve some of the anxiety of isolation for their fans.
Working better as a team.
So Karina joins us from her home in Markham, and Callista, you are in Oshawa. Hi, ladies. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well. Let's start with Karina. Very first thing, how are you doing with isolation?
I'm doing okay. It's just a lot to get used to, especially since we're starting the online school now. But I'm doing okay. Just been going out for walks and things like that once in a while.
How about you, Callista?
I'm dealing with it pretty well. I have a lot of siblings. I have a big family, so I'm not really bored or anything at home. I'm getting work done, and I'm just trying to make the best out of the situation.
So I think you have all done a wonderful thing, and you are reaching out to some of your fans. Tell me what you're doing, Karina.
So we've been doing a girl empowerment series for the last 2 weeks, and so we kind of have been taking turns every day. There will be a new video of one of the girls showing either activities that you can do at home with your family, or, for example, I did a video about how you can be donating to food banks, and if you feel healthy enough, you can donate to blood banks and stuff during this time.
Okay, Callista, what are you concentrating on?
So I'm trying to help other people also have fun in this quarantine like I am with my siblings. So in my video, I showed some fun activities you can do, even if you don't have as many siblings as I do. You can, make TikToks, which I know is a cool thing now. You can find some new hobbies, such as playing instruments or painting. And yeah, I just want people to really try to enjoy this time.
All right, so you guys have your first album out there. This is Us. This is the title track.
We all are strong people, working hard every day and night, trying to make the world peaceful. And we won't give up without a fight. We're gonna help those who are in need. Yes, we believe they can succeed. Overcoming obstacles every day. You'll be okay, you'll guide the way. Don't matter big or small, we're gonna do it all. That's who we are, yeah. We'll make it far, yeah. Passionate for some change, things will not be the same. Built on trust, yeah. This is us, yeah. Don't matter big or small, we're gonna do it all. That's who we are, yeah. We'll make it far, yeah. Passionate for some change, things will not be the same. Built on trust, yeah. This is us, yeah.
Tell me about this video, ladies.
So in this video, we all sing about and show different posters and things that we made that describe our individual social causes. So each member has a social cause. And for example, mine is Give Peace a Chance. There's also mental health awareness and other things like that.
This song is not only introducing us as a band and showing how much we want to inspire people, it does have inspiring lyrics showing that everybody needs to help each other by lifting each other up, by keeping each other safe, by being kind to one another. And yeah, it really does help during this time.
You also have performed a song, in fact, both of you, I think, soloed on it. And it's a great tribute to Bill Withers. Here's a quick listen.
Oh no, sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, Lord. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on, lean
So the message in that song is obvious, and I guess you want some of your fans to lean on you.
Yeah, we want to stay connected with them online through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and everything. And that's why we have been doing the Girl Powerment series.
So, Callista, I'm going to test you. Do you have all the addresses for Girl Power?
Yes, we do. So on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Instagram, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Yeah, we are girl underscore POW underscore R. Our Facebook page is Girl Power Music, and our YouTube is Girl POW hyphen R.
Perfect. I hope people go and support you and you support them. Thanks for talking with me tonight.
Of course.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Very inspirational, and it's nice to know they're local, right? They're homegrown talent, and fantastic. A great future ahead of them. So, I would love to have you folks search them out on the various music services and download some of their music. Girl Power. It's weird how anxiety and shallow upper breathing go hand in hand. That's right, Linda. During that, we were chatting. A lot of us were chatting, and I pointed out to everyone, you need to be breathing. I hope you're breathing, everybody. If you had a tough day, or if you're just realizing it's still a long haul to go, just keep breathing, everybody. Just keep breathing. Now, sadly, the stress and the anxiety is really taking its toll on our youth. So this next piece is very, very important. So if you're a young person, or you know someone who needs some help, or you're willing to maybe step up and help some young people in crisis, Kids Help Phone. You've heard about them, you know about them, they're incredible. Sadly, they're telling me, though, that their numbers since isolation of kids in crisis have skyrocketed. So they also are in particular need of crisis responders for kids in the Indigenous communities. So they could really use some help. So let's talk a little bit more about Kids Help Phone, how busy they've been, and the fact that they are there for you. Hi, Deanna. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. Deanna, Kids Help Phone, incredible service. What have you noticed, though, with your call volume since isolation has begun?
It has doubled and it continues to grow. So we're also seeing a change in the types of calls that we're receiving from young people. So there's a shift in conversation to COVID-related topics, things like isolation, and we're expecting more calls about abuse as people are confined to small homes with crowded living conditions and things like that.
It really makes you think. While it's terrible that this happens out there, the fact that there are crisis counselors who are ready to listen to people is at least some good news. So if someone is feeling stressed, anxiety, don't know where else to turn, they get in contact with a crisis counselor.
Yeah, it's the crisis responders, and they're volunteers who are trained and monitored and supervised by professional counselors. So our supervisors all work from home, and they always have, and so do the professional counselors who monitor the conversations.
So what would a typical call be like?
Well, a young person will reach out. They'll receive a message about our privacy, a message about the privacy in the call, and then they'll be transferred to a crisis responder who is a volunteer who is there to listen to them and help them work from kind of a hot place to a cool calm, and you can call about anything that's bothering you.
Yeah, because you may think it's not that big a deal, but if it's bothering you, it can be a big deal or turn into a big deal. And we should caution as well that these crisis responders are not there to solve problems. They're there to listen. They're there to make sure you are safe. And they're there to make sure that should you need some resources, they can at least tell you what those resources are that are available.
Exactly. We have the largest database of youth-facing mental health resources in Canada. We have nearly 30,000 resources there, and over 3,000 of them are Indigenous specific. And our counselors, we have professional counselors who you can reach out to by phone also, and they can help you find resources in your community.
You bring up Indigenous counselors and responders. You need more, in particular, of Indigenous responders.
hmm We have our action plan for supporting Indigenous young people is called Finding Hope. And in Finding Hope, we're working at increasing the number of the number of Indigenous people who work and volunteer with Kids Help Phone. And so part of that is ensuring that we have an inclusive workspace. So we're working on that, but we're also recruiting more counselors and crisis responders. And once we have enough of them, we will start connecting them directly with Indigenous young people when the young person requests it.
Okay, so if somebody wants to help out, become involved, and believe me, folks, I've gone through some of the training, and it is not an overnight thing, and it's not you're going to be taking calls tonight or tomorrow even, and there are many other systems in place to make sure you're not alone. So I can attest to that. So how can people get involved, first of all, with helping?
Well, for Indigenous volunteers, you can go to kidshelpphone.ca/finding hope. And if you scroll down, you'll see the link there for volunteer crisis responders. We also have some other opportunities for upcoming programs. And you can also learn there about all the supports that we're developing for Indigenous young people.
And let's talk now about if there is someone out there who needs to talk, who needs some help, that things are getting just too overwhelming for them. How can they reach out to Kids Help Phone?
So you can text 686868, or you can call to speak with a professional counselor at 1-800-668-6868. And you can also go to our website. I should mention that because we have some fantastic resources on there for COVID-19 to help young people and to help parents support their kids, and caregivers support their kids through COVID. So kidshelpphone.ca.
It's so sad that your volume has doubled, but so wonderful for kids who need it that you are there. So thank you very much for this, Deanna, and thank you to all the crisis responders out there.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Even Mitch Marner getting in on it, tweeting out for Kids Help Phone, some letters for fans. I miss hockey. I miss all of you too. It's hard to be inside and not to be able to do things we love. It's really hard knowing that some of you are scared and worried about what's happening around the world right now. You're not alone. I get scared too. What helps me is knowing that my friends, teammates, and family are feeling the same way. We're doing what we can to help each other. If you need somewhere to go, talk about your feelings or worries, Kids Help Phone is here for you. Just text CONNECT to 686868. Someone is always there thinking of you all. Yes, Mitch Marner. The people at Kids Help Phone, and there are other crisis counseling services as well out there, are working overtime on this. So we thank them for all of their service. While we're talking about hockey players, Connor McDavid has been busy.
Hey guys, like all of you, we're stuck inside, so here's a quick little workout. You're doing 15 minutes to help you stay active.
Yeah, Connor and Gary Roberts are teaming up and putting out 15-minute workouts, especially for youth who are stuck inside. I could use this myself. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. So if you want to go over to Connor McDavid's Twitter account, you can get in on those. I think, saved the best till last. There is a young lady. You know what? I don't know if I should interview her because she's my competition. She runs a Facebook show live as well every night. This young lady told her mom, she's 7 years old. She told her mom, when isolation started, she wanted to do something to help kids. She thought, well, what do kids really, really want? Well, maybe somebody to read them a story. So her name is Alex. She's 7 years old. She's from Barrie. And she has a Facebook show, and every night.
Reading for your fans. Okay.
And her mom, Daniela, who helps out.
All right.
It's true that getting along can be difficult. If the bird could tell you, he'd say he can't stand the giraffe. And if the giraffe
It's youth helping youth, and she honestly wanted to do this because she wanted to do something. And she joins me now from her home in Barrie. Hi, Alex. How are you?
Hi.
She's not going to say too much to me because, again, we're competition, right? How do you read these stories every night, and what are people saying to you?
Honestly, I don't read the comments.
Oh, okay. You know what? Sometimes I find that's the best. So I told you that one of my favorite all-time authors is Robert Munsch, right? Okay, so what are you going to do for me here?
I'm going to read a story.
Okay, which one?
50 Below Zero.
Ah, okay. Well, Alex, the show is yours. Okay, all you adults, sit down. Alex is going to read you a story, and you're going to love it. All right, Alex, take it away.
50 Below Zero. In the middle of the night, Jason was asleep. He woke up. He heard a sound. He said, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" Jason opened the door to the kitchen, and there was his father, who walked in asleep. He was sleeping on top of the refrigerator. Jason yelled, "Papa, wake up!" His father jumped and ran around the kitchen 3 times and went back to bed. Jason said, "This house is going crazy."
Oops.
He woke up. He heard a sound. He said, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" He opened the door to the kitchen. No one was there. He opened the door to the bathroom. No one, and there was his father sleeping in the bathtub. Jason yelled, "Papa, wake up!" His father jumped up, ran around the bathroom 3 times, and went back to bed. Jason said, "This house is going crazy." But he was too tired to do anything about it, so he went back to bed. Jason went to sleep. He woke up. He heard a sound. He said, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" He opened the door to the kitchen. No one there. He opened the door to the bathroom. No one there. He opened the door to the garage. And there was his father sleeping on top of the car. Jason yelled, "Papa, wake up!" His father jumped up, ran around the car 3 times, and went back to bed. Jason said, "This house is going crazy." But he was too tired to do anything about it, so he went back to bed. Jason went to sleep. He woke up. He heard a sound. He said, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" He opened the door to the kitchen. No one was there. He opened the door to the bathroom. No one was there. He opened the door to the garage. No one was there. He opened the door to the living room. No one was there. But the door was open, and his father's footprints went out into the snow, and it was 50 below zero that night. "My father is outside in his pajamas. He will freeze like an ice cube." So Jason put on 3 warm snowsuits, 3 warm parkas, 6 warm mittens, 6 warm socks, and 1 pair of very warm boot sort of things called mucklucks. Then he went to the front door and followed his father's footprints. Jason walked and walked and walked and walked. Finally, he found his father. He was leaning against a tree. Jason yelled, "Papa, wake up!" His father did not move. Jason yelled in the loudest possible voice, "Papa, wake up!" His father still did not move. Jason tried to pick up his father, but he was too heavy. Jason ran home, got his sled, he pushed his father onto the sled, and pulled him home. When he got to the back porch, Jason grabbed his father's big toe and pulled him up the stairs. Bump, 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 bump. He pulled him across the kitchen floor. Scritch, 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 scritch. Then Jason put his father in the tub and turned on the warm water. The tub filled up. Glug, 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 glug. So he jumped up and ran around the bathroom 3 times and went back to bed. Jason said, "This house is going crazy. I am going to do something." So he got a long rope and tied one end to his father's bed and one end to his father's big toe. Jason went to sleep. He woke up. He heard a sound. He said, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" He opened the door to the kitchen, and there was his father stuck in the middle of the floor. "Good," said Jason. "That is the end of sleepwalking. Now I can get to sleep." In the middle of the night, Jason's mother was sound asleep. She woke up. She heard a sound. She said, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" She opened the door to the kitchen and
You got to get Mom to zoom in on that last page.
zoom in.
No, on the hold the last page open. The very end of the book.
Trying to get to it. Yeah.
You did a fantastic job. Oh my God. Yeah, you did a fantastic job, Alex. The comments are coming in fast and furious for you. Everyone loves Alex's story time. I might do this as a regular feature. Holy cow. You're a very good reader. You're also a woman of very few words. I like that. Tell me about why you wanted to do this. You were the one that asked your mom if you could do this, right?
So I saw someone else doing Facebook Lives reading a story, so I told my mom that I wanted to do it, and yeah.
Well, it is absolutely fantastic. I wish you all the luck with it. I know we have a lot of new fans out there today. So you know what? Can you say something to anybody who might be a little sad tonight? What could you say to anybody who might just be a little sad? The smile is good. You know what? That's good. That's perfect. Just give me a big smile. Bigger. Bigger. There you go. Look at that. Come on. You just warmed everybody's heart out there. Alex, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. You take care.
You too.
All right, Alex. Speaking to me from Barrie tonight. That was absolutely fantastic. Great reminder that there is so much good out there, right? There is so much good. Let's get to some of your comments, right? Yes, a lot of people were remarking how they don't remember the last time they had a story read to them. I don't remember the last time I had a story read to me either. I just remember reading stories, and when our kids were younger, and it was easier to read the stories when they couldn't read or they hadn't memorized the book, because you would skip pages, right? But they would find that out. And Robert Munch is always a favorite. Hello to anybody out there who can say hi to Robert Munch, who is out in the Guelph and Kitchener area this morning. I keep saying this morning. I can't get away from this morning. Everyone's saying thank you, Alex. Warmed my heart, and I think that was a great way. For us to end things off right now. Okay. That is it. I want to remind you of my YouTube and email addresses. First of all, if you want to email me, firstaidforyourmentalhealth@gmail.com. And here, if you've missed any of the shows, so you want to see them again, just go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kevin Frankish channel. I'm going to leave you tonight with the video from Girl Power from Toronto. I'm saying Power because that's how it's spelled. And here is one of their original songs from their album, the title track from their album. So everyone, take care of yourself and take care of each other. We'll see you tomorrow night.
We all are strong people, working hard every day and night, trying to make the world peaceful. And we won't give up without a fight. We're gonna help those who are in need. Yes, we believe they can succeed. Overcoming obstacles every day. You'll be okay, you'll guide the way. Don't matter big or small, we're gonna do it all. That's who we are, yeah. We'll make it far, yeah. Passionate for some change, things will not be the same. Built on trust, yeah. This is us, yeah. Don't matter big or small, we're gonna do it all. That's who we are, yeah. We'll make it far, yeah. Passionate for some change, things will not be the same. Built on trust, yeah. This is us, yeah. Working better as a team, trying to achieve our dreams, reaching all corners of the world, inspiring every boy and girl. We're gonna help those who are in need. Yes, we believe they can succeed. Overcoming obstacles every day. You'll be okay. We'll guide the way. Don't matter big or small, we're gonna do it all. That's who we are, yeah. We'll make it far, yeah. Passionate for some change, things will not be the same. Built on trust, yeah. This is us, yeah. Don't matter big or small, we're gonna do it all. That's who we are, yeah. We'll make it far, yeah. Passionate for some change, things will not be the same. Built on trust, yeah. This is us, yeah. Won't let them bring us down. Take our message, shout it out. We won't be pushed around. We are strong, we are proud. Gotta get back up again. We will make it to the end. Oh, oh, oh. Won't let them bring us down. Take our message, shout it out. We won't be pushed around. We are strong, we are proud. Written in the stars, this is just who we are. Oh, oh, no matter big or small, we're gonna do it all. That's who we are, yeah. We'll make it far, yeah. Passionate for some change, things will not be the same. Built on trust, yeah. This is us, yeah. No matter big or small, we're gonna do it all. That's who we are, yeah. We'll make it far, yeah. Passionate for some change, things will not be the same. Built on trust, yeah. This is us, yeah.
COVID-19, why you do this to me? I really don't like being stuck in quarantine. I have no toilet paper, I don't even have a